It's time to look at the remaining games, Chief. You stemmed the bleeding, but you're not catching Al, let's be honest.
Well, let's just clarify things. I'm looking at you in the rearview mirror. You are done and dusted, gone. You are yesterday's news. I'm now trying to reel Al in. It is officially a two-horse race.
Yeah, and I'm just throwing Hail Mary, so I'll just keep myself to the side. All right, let's look at the three games to finish off round 10. Al, Q Clash, big one, because the Suns are much improved, but are they going to beat the Lions?
Well, yeah, this is probably their best chance they've had in a long time to have a crack at Brisbane. It's 8 in a row Brisbane wins in Q Clashes, and the Suns are going pretty nicely, but Brisbane also travelling extremely well. So it's going to be tough. Charlie Cameron, they've got to try and find a matchup for him because he just dominates these games every year. He averages 2.5 goals against Gold Coast, and he's kicked 3 or more in his past 4 against them, and he's only ever gone goalless against the Suns once, and that was in 2014.
The trouble is they need a heap of matchups down back because what Brisbane are getting is a great spread of goal kickers through Danaher, through Hipwood, through Gunston, through Cameron, as you say. They're all getting amongst it. But at least they've got Rowell and Anderson absolutely flying again in the middle of the ground. You get Ben King back in a little bit of form. So I'm looking forward to this one. I think the Suns have improved, but it's still bullish about the Lions.
Yeah, well, you can see that I've jumped off the Blue Baggers and I was off the Lions. Now I'm on the Lions.
Don't you dare weigh us down.
No, I'm jumping on the Lions. Their home and away record, like that has been the real deal for me, how they've won at home and away. Like that was the clincher for me. All right, Chief. Many are calling the Hawks-Eagles match at Launceston the Harley Reid Cup. Now, if you hear closely, there's a chant that says concede for Reid, concede for Reid. But this is, I mean, we joke about it in a way. They're both down the bottom, 17th and 18th. But where's the mindset for a round 1 draft pick?
We're all dumber now for having listened to you say that. Suggesting that these teams would deliberately tank a game.
They're not deliberately.
You've got 2 teams desperate for a win, and I mean desperate. There are competitive juices amongst the players, and all they want to do is get another win. No one likes sitting on the bottom of the table, Dicko, and for you to suggest that, that is tantamount to treason, my friend. I just think the home ground advantage here. Been a long time since they've been down there. West Coast, almost, I think it's 9 years, isn't it?
Yeah, well, their overall record in Launceston is 2 wins and 5 losses. Their last win was in 2005 in Launceston, but they haven't played there since 2014. Yeah. So maybe you don't want to read too much into that.
Well, that's a tongue-in-cheek about the Harley Reid. But just quickly, give us a rundown on Harley Reid because everyone's talking about him, but no one's seen a lot.
Yeah, well, the recruiters are absolutely red hot on this guy. He's been the tip for the number 1 draft pick this year since pretty much the start of last year. He was All-Australian last year as an underager, in the same team as Will Ashcroft and these guys. And he's that sort of explosive midfielder, Dustin Martin, Christian Petrarca type that everybody loves. So can see why clubs are keen on him.
So it's tongue-in-cheek and you've diverted the whole show to talking about it.
I just want to hear more about him. All right. Let's have a look at the Dockers and the Cats in Perth on Saturday, Chief. This will give us an incredible read on Justin Longmuir in terms of have they found their mojo?
Yeah, it's difficult to say. They've had a couple of good wins. Last week was a good win too, but are they where they were last year? I'm still not convinced yet, but they get to take on the Cats, and the Cats will be savage because that was
embarrassing.
It was an uncharacteristic performance last week. They looked listless, a little bit like they did over the first 3 rounds, Al. I don't know how you saw it, but I think they'll be fired up to try and turn this around. And whilst the home ground advantage counts for something, it's not enough for me to sway it.
Well, the Cats obviously last week were severely undermanned. I think they had 9 grand final players missing. They'll get a few back this week. So Brad Close is back from suspension. Tyson Stengel's available. Jack Henry will come in for his first game of the year. So that'll bolster them. And they did look off last week. Tom Hawkins loves going to Perth. He won't be worried about it. He's kicked 3 goals or more in his past 3 there against the Dockers. So Tom Stewart had 40 touches against them last year. So I think, Cats the bounce back for me.
What about Angus Brayshaw? Is he having some sort of a year? Andrew Brayshaw. Is he having some sort of a year?
His last 3 weeks have been much better. So he was a little bit slow to start the year, but he's had 30 or more touches the last 3 games. So he's starting to really find some groove, I think.
Let's look at the full round of tips. And Chief, this is a big chance for us to start making a move. Al is against us in tipping the Power to beat the Demons, and we can make up even more ground if the Crows win because Al is with the Bulldogs. Then it gets interesting. I am being bold and tipping the Bombers and the Giants, but Sunday night I have a chance to make up 4 on Al. Can you believe it? That's our show for this weekend in Sir Doug Nicholls' round. Thanks very much for your efforts today. Jason and Al, outstanding. You're in the votes, let's be honest. 3, 2, 1. So great work, everyone. Make sure you subscribe below and follow us on socials. We'll be back next week for Fox Sports Lab AFL.
You know it's a better betting app when you've got stats and insights for every major game and race. Plus expert opinions from the best minds in the game, all in the palm of your hand. That's better. Your chances are you're about to lose.